I would like to start this video off by saying that I am the proud father of a beautiful 5-month-old baby boy. It's a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful experience. I wouldn't say that I'm the perfect parent, but you can say that some people just don't deserve to be parents.
You're goddamn right, brother.
There's actually two men that I want to talk to you guys about today. So here we have Jalen White, 20 years old. He was arrested and charged with child neglect and child abuse. Jalen likes to play video games. A lot of fathers play video games. I play video games. Sometimes my 5-month-old is with me when I'm in here playing video games. It's a thing that dads do. Lots of dads do it. You see TikTok videos of dads multitasking, playing video games with their baby. Jalen has a particular video game he enjoys playing though, NBA2K. We've all had moments playing 2K where you get put into a BS animation, or you're down by 2 in the 4th and you're trying to hit the game winner, or you know, someone's just spamming on you, There's plenty of things that can get you upset while playing the game of 2K. Jalen admitted to the police he was playing a game of 2K. He was down by 2 in the 4th quarter. Apparently the mom had stepped out to go run errands. Jalen was in charge of watching the newborn, or the 8-month-old. Jalen ends up losing the game, and what does he do? Not throw the controller, not smash his headset. Jalen decides to get his anger out by tossing his 8-month-old like a rag doll.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
In that moment, he just forgot he was holding his 8-month-old, his seed. Rather than, you know, break his $40, $50 controller, he decides to destroy something that is priceless. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I'm playing my boys in 2K or NCAA and I'm getting milli rocked. Yeah, sure, you know, I'm competitive. I like to win, but it has never crossed my mind. I've never been that upset about losing the game that I just forgot that I was holding my 5-month-old. That's crazy. 2K is not worth life in prison. 2K is not worth losing your child. Some people don't deserve to be parents. I don't even think I've ever broken a controller. Not to say that, you know, people can't be passionate about video games. You can be passionate, you can want to win, but to be so passionate about losing a 2K game that you Control-Alt-Delete your child.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
That's crazy. The mother of the 8-month-old comes home from running her errands. She discovers their 8-month-old in the playpen area, barely breathing, arm twitching, which when I read that, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He fucked up, didn't know what was going on, he lashed out, he blacked out, whatever. Now, when you come to and realize that you didn't throw your controller, you threw your 8-month-old, why would you not immediately seek medical attention? Or why did the mother have to come home to find their 8-month-old in the playpen?
Hang that nigga now!
You need to leave!
I couldn't imagine seeing my 5-month-old in that state. But apparently, you know, there were some other injuries that were discovered whenever the 8-month-old was brought to the hospital. There was a collarbone injury, a healing broken collarbone. There was a fractured skull injury, a couple broken ribs.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Apparently there was an incident where the mother was changing the 8-month-old and the 8-month-old fell off of the changing table or the bed or wherever she was changing. This was also not the first time that Jalen was playing video games with the baby and harm occurred. They admitted that Jalen had dropped the baby a couple times.
I feel exactly how you feel. This nigga actually is trash.
The mother also admitted to smacking the baby's head on a door frame one time. It's just sad they didn't seek medical attention for any of these. At the end of the day, what matters is the health of that child. You were so worried about people finding out how neglectful you were that you're hiding injuries and you're not seeking medical assistance or help or anything. Then when something big happens, like him throwing the baby across the room, medical professionals are examining him. They discover all these prior injuries that have never been treated. Idiotic. Idiotic is the only word. I tried to think of nicer things to say. Idiotic. There's no way you're that stupid.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I feel like there's red flags that can show you that someone's not going to be a great parent. He's honestly about as good of a father as Omni-Man. But without further ado, the other father that I would like to discuss, Mr. Christopher Schultz. He had a busy day planned. He ran errands with his 2-year-old daughter. One of his errands was to go to a doctor's office, which actually ended up being closed. He decided to turn around, go home. Now his 2-year-old daughter was asleep in the back of the car. He decided, you know, hey, she's sleeping. I don't want to wake her. I'll just leave her in her car seat. I'll leave the AC on.
What?
And on this particular day, it was around 108, 109 degrees outside.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
She was only in there for about 30 to 45 minutes. Mr. Christopher's wife, an anesthesiologist, came home and the daughter was non-responsive and she performed CPR. Mr. Christopher notified emergency services. They took over and proceeded to also perform CPR. The 2-year-old was then rushed to the hospital and later pronounced dead. Now, of course, police were concerned with how did this happen? And Mr. Christopher proceeds to lay out his schedule for the day. He told the police he went to the doctor's office. It was closed. His other 2 daughters were actually with their grandma getting dropped off at the trampoline park. The wife was at work. Chris was ultimately responsible for the 2-year-old. It was him and her for most of the day. Now, of course, it's the job of the police and detectives to try and find any holes in the story. Turns out he stopped at a gas station. He was seen on camera going into the gas station bathroom with 3 beers and coming out with 1.
Are you a fucking idiot?
No.
Yeah, what are you doing? Where's it at? Did you drink it in the bathroom?
No.
Where's it at?
I put what?
Where's the beer? I saw you put it in your pants. You an idiot?
And one can assume the 2-year-old must have been sitting in the car while he chugged the beers, presumably. So he left her unattended then. Okay, one time, whatever. Chris then begins to stop at another place. I don't really remember exactly what that place was, but he made another pit stop on the way. I would assume he probably left the daughter in the car at that time as well. Maybe he brought her in with him, but the fact that he left her alone in the car as she slept, you know, there's a pattern there. Chris told the police that his daughter wasn't in the car for more than 30 to 45 minutes. The type of vehicle he owns, you can leave the car on with the AC going, but eventually the car will shut itself off. The time length is around 30 minutes. But the police later found out after running some tests that the vehicle on average shuts off on its own within around 20 minutes. So, okay, let's say Chris is still telling the truth. That's about 10 to 25 minutes without AC in 108 to 109 degree weather, which is absurd, first of all.
It's hot.
I just told you that they ran tests on the car to see how long it can last before it shuts itself off. And they found out that she was in the car for 3 hours. That's 2 hours and 40 minutes where she was just baking 109 degrees and she's in the car with no AC for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
I literally want to like kill this nigga, bro. Dead ass.
My 5-month-old, if he falls asleep in the car, we don't leave him in the car. He comes inside, we risk waking him up. It is what it is. You're a parent. That's what the job entails. That it comes with a lot. Let's say Chris was just tired. He just wanted a break. I've never been so tired, so stressed. How would you know how would you know when she woke up? When were you gonna check on her? Because the police have figured out that your timeline's all fucked up. I just don't understand what the purpose of leaving her in the car was. Even if it was turned on with the AC, I just don't understand how people can be so brain dead.
You stupid.
And checking cell phone records, the police found that not really so much the mom, but you could say she was enabling. And it was seen in cell phone records that she caught him one time driving with the kids in the back, or one of the kids, going 138 miles per hour after consuming alcohol. And when she pressed him about it, his answer was, "You hate me. She was sleeping anyways." What the fuck does her sleeping have to do with you going 140 with her in the back seat? They also found in the cell phone records in his browsing history that between the time his 2-year-old was baking in the hot sun in the car, he was looking up clothes online, checking out Nordstrom, he looked up Borderlands 3, and in one of the links you can see it says something like, I let my wife ... I would say it's safe to assume he was looking up cucking adult content. So yeah, he was gooning, pretty much. Either he gooned or he was about to goon. He was in the process of gooning while his daughter was in the back seat and she's baking in this hot ass Arizona sun while he's trying to get his rocks off. And the worst part about it is once the police did their investigation and came to the conclusion that yes, of course, he is at fault, pull up to the crib to detain him and book him. His wife and mother are there, basically pressing the police because the daughter's funeral is coming up soon. And they're like, you can't do this after the funeral. You guys are heartless. Which this is why I said she was enabling, because yeah, she might have pressed him a couple times about the bad decisions he was making as a father, as a parent, but she didn't really do anything to fix the issue or address the issue. Essentially, Christopher ends up getting booked and charged with first-degree murder and child abuse. Neighbors shared with the police that the daughters would wander off in the neighborhood, and there were search parties where they were looking for his kids, and he would have no idea that they even left. Yes, he may have been present in his daughters' lives, but he wasn't really present. The wife takes some of the blame as well, because she noticed some of these bad tendencies, and yeah, she might have addressed it, but she didn't really do anything to prevent this. But you know, not everyone's fit to be a parent. Some people want to have kids just for the novelty of saying they have a kid and being able to show off. And then there's people who they have a kid unplanned and it's like, oh shit, they're here. They panic. They just never get over the hump of, I never wanted this thing in the first place. And that's where child abuse and child neglect and all that stuff comes into play. If you really didn't want a kid, then you probably should have thought about that. For the people that do want kids, make it be for the right reasons, not because you just want to show them off and be able to tell people that you have a kid. Some people really should not be parents. Some people don't deserve to be parents. I am not the perfect parent. There's a lot of things that I can work on and get better at, because at the end of the day, I'm only 25. There's a lot more I can learn, but I'm not making boneheaded mistakes like this. I will tell you that.